Tennessee with a touch of Tennessee. Down in the deep, I'm a freak in the sheets. Right. You think you seen it all? I got more tricks up my sleeve. You know better than to bring your friends around me. Right. I know you fucking him, but you wish it was me. Let me whisper in your ear, cause you know I'm a freak. You know nothing about going down that deep. I don't give a fuck what they say about me. What you know about rolling, rolling, rolling? What you gonna do? Rolling, rolling. What you gonna do? Rolling, rolling, rolling. What you gonna do? Right, y'all be loving this shit. What you know about rolling, rolling, rolling? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Rolling, rolling, rolling. What you gonna do? Right, y'all be loving this shit right here. What you know about rolling down in the deep? Down in the deep. Down in the deep. Now I know y'all be loving this shit right here. What you know about rolling, rolling, rolling? What you gonna do? Rolling, rolling. What you gonna do? Down in the rolling, rolling, rolling. What you gonna do? Right, y'all be loving this shit. What you know about? So deep, I've been sleeping by the week. Right. Mixing Tennessee with a touch of Tennessee. Down in the deep, I'm a freak in the sheets. Right. You think you seen it all? I got more tricks up my sleeve. You know better than to bring your friends around me. Right. I know you fucking him, but you wish it was me. Let me whisper in your ear, cause you know I'm a freak. You know nothing about going down that deep. I don't give a fuck what they say about me.
Beerus, my lord, is there something you wish to say?
Here it comes.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Good evening. Welcome to a very special edition of the King's Court. Typically, I use this particular platform, King's Court, as an addendum to our normal Head Nerds in Charge show to address issues that I personally deem important to either nerd culture, the Black community, or pop culture as a whole. I'm known for being controversial. I'm known for being funny, but today is not about me. Today, it's not about the King's Court. Today is about a very, very important topic that people love to talk about, but very rarely do they know how to practice. Protect Black women. Very easy statement. I mean, it's simplistic in nature, right? Protect Black women. Of course, like what shouldn't be that difficult to really quantify, but yet here we are. If you're unfamiliar with what revenge porn is, we gave you the case definition, but it's one of those nuanced things that can really ripple through a person's life, their friends' lives, and their families' lives. We have a really close-knit community within the Head Nerds in Charge show. And our community is a part of a larger community, the Blurred Nerd Culture community. Recently, I found this most amazing individual on Instagram. Not recently, but I was always aware. We was always cool. But like, if somebody can make me laugh, if they can make me laugh, then you kind of dope. So I had the opportunity to bring her in, sit her down and say, hey, you know what? I would love for you to join this little family of niggas, knuckleheads called the Head Nerds in Charge. And much to my surprise, not only was she happy about the opportunity, but there was a little trepidation, a little hesitation, and she confided in me so many months ago that hey, you know, I have this thing that I want to make you aware of before I put myself in the spotlight. This is what happened to me. This is what's going on. And this is how it's affecting me right now. And it's not my story to tell you. It's really not my story to divulge. But this particular individual is a part of our family. And on our platform, we do what the fuck we want. I'll reiterate that. On our platform, we do what the fuck we want. So for those who messaged me about not doing this video, for those who messaged anybody about not doing this video, I go right back to the previous statement I just made. Protect Black women. So if you have an issue with anything that's said over the next hour or so, 1, fuck you, get your priorities right. 2, protect Black women. Now I'm going to try to give some unbiased commentary. Try. But also, for those in the comments, let's do our best because this is going to be a pretty heated discussion. I'm going to tell you right now, people will be called out. People will be accused of things. Let me just say right now, Head Nerds in Charge can neither confirm or deny anything that's going to be said. All we know is there is more than reasonable evidence to support what's going to be talked about, and there's actual proof. That's something that people seem to not realize, that you know, before you make an accusation or tell somebody's business or get into something, you may want to have some fucking proof. Well, we got about 100 screenshots, some legal documentation, and the person it fucking happened to on the show. I'm not going to talk too much. I just want to make y'all aware that, wow, the King's Court have never had so many people on at one time. I'm glad, because I hope people are here to support. Even if you here to be nosy, even if you here for the tea, sip the tea, then support. 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 Don't go tearing down at the end of this, because once again, protect Black women. So without any further ado, I just want to bring on not only one of the dopest new additions to the Head Nerds in Charge, somebody that I consider a friend. Also, you should know her and her cosplays, because she's gone viral more times than I have. Fuck her. But I mean, but no, that's the only time you don't protect Black women, when they go viral more than me. But I want to bring on this amazing individual, this super dope human being, and somebody who I feel has a voice and has been screaming to the mountaintops. Y'all didn't listen. So now maybe you will. Man, how many times do you get a Black unicorn? Twice in a week? Like, you get to double dip it. Shanae, I don't want to say let's get right into it, but first I want to do a check-in with you. Are you okay and ready for this?
Oh yeah. You know, I've been getting that message, like, you know, since last week. I laid out a lot of things. What I want people to understand is this past almost 2 years, that stuff hurt. That stuff tore me down, all that good stuff. Like, but at this point, with distance from it, with therapy, with good friends, like, I'm good, but I want people to understand more than anything, I'm tired. And people, more than anything, probably are wondering, like, why is she saying something now, or whatever the case may be. And the thing is, if anybody knows me, knows I'm a very, like, private person. I'm a person that, like, if I take an L, I'm gonna take my L in private. I got that L, I'm gonna mind my business. You know, I'm gonna keep on going. But it's just like, with this community, it's like they want to see you down bad. Like, they want to see you hurt. They want to see you canceled. They want to see you having no friends, no nothing. Like, and that's a problem for me. And it's like, you would think, like, literally months after this happened, I thought to myself, like, this won't be a thing a year from now. This can't possibly be a thing. But it's no reason why April, I'm hearing shit. On my birthday, I'm hearing shit. A week ago, I'm hearing shit. After the Juneteenth thing, I'm hearing shit. And as of today, I heard shit. Like, I don't understand.
That's
why
a lot of
it's
doo-doo. That's a lot of caca.
You would think that after almost 2 years, like, people would shut the fuck up about it, especially if businesses and yours to talk about. Like, that's what I don't understand. But, you know, since we keep talking about it, huh?
Wait a minute, real quick. No, because we now, mind you, for those that don't know, it's an interview, but we're going to have some dialogue, because we're going to get questions in, and respectful questions I will highlight, just so that you, the viewer, are up to speed on what's going on. We had a really good question in the chat, and okay. I think they didn't. If you get a chance to clarify it, Tennille asked, "What community are you speaking of specifically? Is it the cosplay community?"
Yeah, it's the cosplay community, and it's not even. I can't even say it's everybody. Like, when you really narrow it down, it's really the DMV cosplayers that have the most shit to talk about people. And
so
it's not
DC, Maryland, and Virginia.
Yes, it's not everybody. You know, it's because I got friends in New York, I got friends in Atlanta, I got friends in Texas, South Carolina, North Carolina. Like, we don't have these issues. Like, they don't care about shit like this.
We mind our business.
You know what I mean? Like, they don't. I got friends in Philly. Y'all know y'all my family. Like, I don't have these issues with other people, but it's the DMV people that want to be involved in something, have something to say about somebody else, and it's just like, for what? Like, if anything, because we're so close to each other, we should be coming together to do something with each other. But it's like, oh, well, this person was in a magazine and I don't feel as though they have the right to be in a magazine, or her cosplays went viral and I don't feel as though she did it because she doesn't. So like, bitch, listen, I got a sewing machine. I don't know how to use the motherfucker. So I might hot glue some shit together, but guess what? It looks good. So why are you mad about it? Like my biggest thing is, what I can't do, somebody else can. So whatever that person can, I'm going to pay them for it and I'm going to call it a day. Like if we are eating, that's how it should be. If I don't know how to do it, I'm not going to hate on you. If anything, I should be inspired by you and I should ask you, how did you get there? Because I want to get there. But instead, I got to knock you down because I need to feel better about myself because I'm insecure and I want people to pay attention to me. I want to let people know personally, I don't give a shit if you don't like me. I really don't. I work for myself. I was the only child growing up. I don't need outside validation to know that I'm humble enough to know I'm a great person. If you don't like me, that's fine. The problem is with this cosplay community, if somebody has an issue with somebody or somebody doesn't think the same, they need to be, castrated. They need to be on the outskirts or whatever the case may be. And it's like, no, that's not how that's supposed to be. Like if we all were the same, it would be fucking boring. So everybody needs to have their own something. And it's just how it should be. Like, I don't get the whole everybody hating on somebody for something. Like,
now, mind
they can't have friends. That's crazy.
Now, to your point, what I want everybody to understand is this goes deeper than just hating. Because I see everybody saying, the hate nigga. Yes, that is absolutely toxic. That is something that we need to weed out the community. Because honestly, we should be building each other up. I just want y'all to know that please don't tune out because you think, oh, this is just some gossip shit. No, this is what happens when you do not check that behavior and how it escalates to litigation, to arrest warrants, to abuse. And Shanae's going to get into those things, but I need you to keep that in mind when you're proceeding forward. Don't think of this as trivial. We would not have to dedicate an entire show to people talking shit. We just go put on Black Air Forces and we that's just put it like this.
Fight.
We got simpler ways to handle.
Fight.
Yeah, we got simpler ways to handle things like that.
Because
I mean, I'm just saying, putting on Black forces, or at least having the adult conversation of, here's where I feel like you fucked up. Here's where I feel like I fucked up. Can we find a common ground? Because I'm telling you right now, we've had this show. Shanae, we had this show. We talked about it. We talked about cancel culture. Y'all keep canceling motherfuckers. Ain't nobody going to be left. You keep canceling people. And I'm not talking about Bill Cosby because that hurt my heart. But, I don't watch the Huxtables no more. I don't listen to R. Kelly. I grew up in the 90s. Fuck y'all. But I stopped listening to R. Kelly because I was supposed to. I get it. I understand. We're not talking about canceling those type of people. What we're talking about is canceling redeemable people and people who just ain't did shit because she ain't got nothing to redeem herself for because she grown and she did grown folk business. And if everybody just minded their goddamn business, you gotta understand, Headers in Charge is only 3 years old. We were our own little bubble. So I didn't know about this. This has become a thing in the community. Like, there are other offshoots to this where people are beefing and fighting and talking, and other people are actually trying to actively dismantle people's careers, people's money, like inboxing cons and saying, do not bring this person to a con. They're this or they're that, knowing full well they don't have proof. They just don't like that person. Or they have proof and they have not gone through the proper channels yet to really rid the community if they're a danger. I'm not trying to victim blame at all. But what I will say is, if there's a predator in the community, we all have a responsibility to weed that person out. BlurCon's coming up. There's a predator in the community. We're going to talk about it in a few. Shanae, before we get into the meat and potatoes, because you're about to divulge a lot of personal information, None. First and foremost, it's none of y'all fucking business. I just want to say that outright before we even begin. It's none of y'all business. But Shanae absolutely came to me. She said, "Kurt, I want to have this conversation. I want who, you know what, Shanae, why did you want to have this conversation?"
Because like I said, you know, I kind of came into this community like new. People didn't know who I was or anything like that. And I got with somebody. They were Black, you know, and that person, you know, we were goals to people and stuff like that. And if you know me, you know, I would tell you, like, don't put me on a pedestal. I'm not anybody's goals. You know, I am just a person trying to figure this out just like the rest of us. But either way, being brand new and then getting into the community and dating somebody and being, you know, in the forefront a lot with that person, people show their highlight reels. People don't have to show the failures, how they got to the highlights. And that's what I didn't do. So the thing is, we broke up for a good reason. We broke up because it was very strenuous. It was very toxic. It was very draining. And I left and I called it a day. I wasn't rude about it. I still let that person stay in my house, you know, and that person did everything under the sun to hurt me. And back in January of 2020, there was just like a snowball effect. It was like that launched the first shot of people not knowing who I was. It's like, oh, well, she's quiet. She doesn't tell her business. She's a Christian girl. She's this, that, and the third. I want to remind people that Jesus flipped tables too. So I'm gonna let you know
I've been
that
saying
at the end of the day, you know, the thing that pissed me off was that, like I said, he tried to get back at me and he put a narrative out there, and it was very, you know, crop screenshots, you know, little to no evidence, completely wrong narrative. And he put it out there and people ate it up. People shared it. People laughed and joked and celebrated and sipped tea and everything like that. And after that, it just released the snowball effect of just every so often people wanted to throw something about the wife in there, and everybody wanted to throw something about somebody else's character in there. And then this is why the revenge porn started as it did, because of that relationship, because that person that tried to expose me is a friend of my ex's. And he felt as though because I lied and he wanted to defend his friend, I don't understand the reasoning of you want to defend your friend, but you want to ask me for sex. And then when I say no and I tell people about it, you want to punish me for telling people your business. And then you want to punish me because I lied on your friend. So you're doing this for your friend. And now you have an arrest warrant and your friend has a cease and desist case coming up for defamation of character. So I just want to know, was it worth it? Because it doesn't look like it. But I mean, you know, since people wanted to push me into the forefront to tell this story, I'm going to tell it. I'm going to tell it all, you know, because like even giving Kurt these screenshots to talk about this story, it was reliving it all over again and how pissed I was at the point that I had to do this. You know what I mean? I put out enough so that people knew that, you know, this ain't how it was. Whatever he said, this is what really happened. But again, I'm going to put out I want you guys to keep up. Don't log out too early or anything like that, because we're going to go through that journey of why I was depressed, why I was losing weight, why I was in and out of court. We're going to talk about all that today. So at the start, we're going to talk about my relationship and why that happened. We're going to talk about all the people that threw shots and then said shit about me and then deleted it, but I already have it. And then we're going to get into this whole revenge porn situation and why it's the thing. So I just need everybody to stick along. I'm going to try to get through this as fast as possible.
But no, the hell you not.
I'm going to try.
Listen, let me tell y'all something.
So
dead ass, definitely stick around for this one. We have 99 screenshots.
I didn't even know we had 99 screenshots.
I didn't know we had 99.
But you know what? I'm not surprised, because at this point, I have 4 different folders just for people. for receipts in this community, for the revenge porn, for Dominic, for Skate. Like, I have all of these folders. It's a shame that I have to, like, every time I see something, I got to take it, I got to send it to my attorney, or I got to send it to the lawyer, I got to send it to the person representing me in this case. Like, this is what I have to do. Like, this is a lot for somebody that just wants to mind their business and live, but I can't, you know. And let me start off today by saying, one, let me say hi to any of my ex's friends that are watching, because I know that you're watching.
I
And
know
I
they
know
gotta be
that you're
on here.
going to say something to him. So please listen and report it back to him correctly. Number one. Number two, like I said, as far as the last week, I've shared a lot of what I dealt with in the past year to get me up to here. And, you know, the pain, the cases, the behind the scenes. And today, as Shanae was minding her business, today, a cosplayer that I'm friends with sent me a message to say that he got a message from another cosplayer, and I wrote it down just to, you know, make sure I get the wording correctly. But today, before the show, like I said, a cosplayer, a friend of mine, said that out of the blue, this person said, I wish Shanae and Demetrius would find the healing and peace of mind to move forward in their lives, because hurt people do hurtful things. It sucks that the two of them have to constantly battle to save face when this all could have been prevented if it was never aired their dirty laundry on social media, period. So let me answer you, sweetheart. I am finding the healing and peace by doing things like this, because clearly you're checking for me still when nobody was mentioning you. And secondly, you know, I'm identifying those people that stir the pot, you know, like the same person that sent out my ex's story to everyone that was following them because they wanted to defame my character, and the same person that was mad that I didn't put them in my pass the brush video because you now have locks, but nobody asked you. And the same person that went to Head Nerds in Charge when they released my whole revenge porn situation and said support Shanae, and within 5 minutes you message them to say don't support her because she's a liar. So either way, I thank you for your concern, and I'm going to address all that today. So I hope you're sticking around as well, so we can get into all of this, since, you know, everybody wants to hide behind. See, the thing is, people want to not like somebody just because they don't want to not like somebody. But when it comes to the Bill Cosbys and the R. Kellys, nobody wants to say shit because it's their friend. So yeah, I'm going to call out you and your friend and your other friends that's protecting this abuser, while you continue to talk about somebody being toxic in the community, like me and my friends that are involved with me, and wondering why we still have friends. Because, you know, for somebody just for Misery to Love company, y'all don't have a lot of friends, and y'all got a lot of time on your hands, and y'all should do something besides bringing me up, because nobody's talking about you. But anyway.
Whew. Whew. If you got to cool off the mic for a second,
I want to make sure that you got your screenshots together.
So yeah, because you know I was looking down, making sure I had my shit together. You saw I was like,
all right, oh shit, she ain't fast.
I was like, oh, she gonna get right into it. Oh, god damn, let me get this shit together. Look, and for those who are wondering why we're putting it on a platform, guess what? I just want to say this to anybody who is a victim, and I am 100% behind believe victims first. Also, I'm also a big proponent of ask questions. Believe victims first, but ask the necessary questions. If you have an issue, a concern that affects the community as a whole, if your story can empower and strengthen those brands and those words that we stand by, protect Black women, build each other up, having your story told to empower someone else to get the healing that they need, come to see us. Come see us. We, even if we can't get it on the Wednesday show, you can always come to the King's Court. So we're gonna hop right into this motherfucker, and we're not gonna pull punches. People's names will be said. We will be asking pertinent questions. We will not be taking phone calls on this particular episode.
Please don't take a phone call because you don't want to get cussed out by me. This is not what you want. Like, I know that y'all think that I'm quiet and funny, but I'm telling you, you don't want to get embarrassed on Facebook, because this is the shit that I've been sitting on for the last almost 2 years. And I've said and I've watched. I watched and I've collected and I've said shit about it. So I'm saying shit about it today. So I don't think that you want to. You can go ahead and call in. You can go ahead and comment if you want to. I don't think that's a wise idea, but
we not letting you call in. So I'm not gonna, don't call me for shit. All right. So we gonna get right into this. So let me start by first asking the question of the major players in this drama, because you identified a couple of them, and I just want everybody to be able to follow the train of thought of where we are going to go on this journey right now. So, here is the cast of characters allegedly involved in the saga. One, the victim, which is Shanae, Black Unicorn. You identified the person that you were with that kind of emboldened the person who actually committed the act of revenge porn. Who is that person, and what is he to you?
Who's my ex?
Yeah. I mean, basically, who was your ex? Was he a boyfriend? Was he, were y'all just?
No, we were together. Me and Skate Morales, or Alphany, whoever you want to call him. Me and him were together in 2018, and we got married. We were together for a little while. We got married because a lot of legal things happened between him and his children's mother. And I tried to be by his side. I tried to help him do those legal things and get him help with. I got clients that, like, if you don't know, I do hair. I come into all kinds of walks of lives. I have clients that are social workers. I have clients that are judges. I have clients that are lawyers, public defenders, blah, blah, blah. So in the midst of us being together and engaged in everything like that, like I said, a lot of legal things came into play. And it seemed beneficial if we were already married and we would get the benefits of this, that, and the third, and all this other stuff. So yeah, we got married. We got together in 2018, the middle of 2018. We got married right before Easter 2019. We were separated by that August, because literally once we got married, like, he was already an emotional person. Like, let's not skip over that.
Right.
But it was one of those things where it's like, you kind of know how you date somebody and you see like some, I'm not even going to say red flags. You can see some things that you could kind of tweak a little bit. And it's just like, well, if he sees me for who I really am, maybe he'll let his guard down. Maybe he'll understand that I'm not this type of person. I got your back. Like I said, I got your back, et cetera, et cetera. So I already had seen that he was emotional. And I will say that me and him, as I know now, was trauma bonding, which pretty much means is you can come from the same side of the tracks. You can both have, a hard life or whatever, this, that, and the third, but it does not mean that you're going to love the same. So for me, if I've been through hell and high water and I'm just grateful to live, he's been through hell and high water and I'm going to get all that I can give because it's owed to me because I didn't need to go through that type thing.
Right.
So either way, we separated in August. I still let him live in my house. And we broke up. Like I said, we broke up in August. I still let him live in my house. We weren't sleeping in the bed together. He was doing overtime to the point where he would work at 7 a.m. till 3 p.m. in the afternoon, and then stay out DC. And then at like 10 p.m. he would go back to work and then work until 6 a.m. So he was just like not even coming home.
So I want to establish this. So we following the timeline of this story. It starts with the relationship that you had with your ex, Skates, or I'm not sure what his name, but I'm gonna just go by Skates. We're just gonna use Skates. It started with this relationship. You got married, but as what happens with a lot of marriages, things did not work out and you were not together.
Right.
I think that is an important point to stress because a lot of people called your. Go ahead. No.
What I was going to say before I even got into that is I want to make it abundantly clear, even though it's nobody's business, but I'm an adult. I want to make it abundantly clear that, yes, I did have an intimate relationship with Hellspawn. However, we were not together. We were never boyfriend and girlfriend. Back in 2017, the end of 2017, met him, nice guy, hit it off. We did whatever. We were better off friends. And we had,
what does we did whatever mean?
I'm not about to sit here and tell you what I did with that man.
I didn't say you had it. No. I just want to clarify. When you say you had your intimacies, we could be okay. All right. I just want to look because people. I don't want look at the end of this. I don't want no questions. What she mean by what they did, whatever. Y'all, we clarifying. There was intimacies between two grown ass consenting adults. I'm gonna talk.
We both uglies. Like
neither one of y'all ugly
times.
though. That's a pretty motherfucker.
Okay.
Get out of here, bum ugly. That does not apply to y'all. But I'm just saying.
But no, like seriously, back in 2017, like we did whatever, and we just were better off friends. Like he's a cool person, and it was just that. Now let me add to the fact of when I first became boyfriend and girlfriend with me and Skate, I had told Skate that me and him are friends now, but we did have an intimate relationship. And he said, and I quote, "That's fine, babe. I'm not jealous."
Oof. Never put yourself in that box.
But if you're not jealous, you wouldn't make art of you be hitting somebody because you're mad. You wouldn't go after this person in particular only. Like he doesn't like James either, but he don't go as hard as he went.
You're not going to gloss on that. You're not going to gloss over that.
I'm not going to gloss over it.
No. We bringing that. We pulling that one right up. So wait a minute. It got to the point of veiled threats. Like I appreciate what you said when you say he made art of him beheading Hellspawn cosplay Demetrius, who you had a consenting situationship, however y'all want to quantify it at that time. And he then felt compelled to do this art.
Well, this was after the fact. This was when we broke up. He chose to place the blame on Demetrius and me breaking up. Not on the fact that he argued with me all the time, the fact that he got in my face on my birthday, the fact that it's so much that went on. But like I had messages where he says, I know it was me, I know it was my family, I know it was my baby mother, blah, blah, blah. But no, in the public, it's Demetrius. Demetrius is forever the person to blame here. And the problem that I had with it was that I let him know. He told me that he wasn't jealous, and I actually stepped down from my friendship with Demetrius so that they could become friends. They was playing Destiny together and shit like that. Like I was chilling back because I don't want you to even think that we like that because we're not.
Right.
But clearly you had a problem with it the whole time. But instead of saying that, yeah, you're jealous, this is the shit that you do.
Now, mind you, okay, so we established that this was the situation. This was where the crux of everything, the actual revenge porn started.
Yes.
Was in this relationship that obviously Skates deemed the fact that you and Demetrius engaged in this as some kind of infidel. I mean, did he take it like you were being unfaithful? Because how can you be faithful if you're not together? I guess that's where my confusion comes in the storyline. He was upset because you were engaging in something, but y'all weren't together.
He was upset because every day I did the same thing. Go to work, come home. Like I said, at the end of it, we broke up. I still got this man in my house. You're not helping me with no bills. You not talking to me. You feel me? I don't even want you here, but your family don't want you there. So I'm not going to just kick you out on the streets. You feel me? So I already got an unwanted presence in my house. And, you know, let's be clear. I'd had a, what is it? I had was it a studio at the time? I don't know. It was small. It was a small space. Yeah, it was a studio. I had a studio. It ain't far that we can go from each other. You know what I mean? So you're here. So at the end of the day, I'm still trying to be respectful to you and let you stay here. And you feel some type of way about me and everything like that. Either way, I'm doing the same shit. Coming home, drinking myself to sleep, not eating like that, all this other shit. And I couldn't deal with it anymore. And I just wanted to talk to somebody. And I chose Demetrius of all people because, again, he is my friend. So I didn't want to tell my mom about what was happening because it's my mom.
Right.
Didn't want to tell my homegirl about what's happening because they would want to fight. So I went to him. It was like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And let's be clear, because he told people that I had a scheduled dick appointment. First of all, I don't do dick appointments when it's still sun outside because it's just not something that I really want to do.
Daylight dick appointments ain't on your agenda.
It's not on my agenda. You know, my titties sag a little bit. I just want to
more nocturnal. You like nocturnal? Yeah. All right, I get it. Nocturnal dick.
So I literally just woke up and asked him out of the blue. I said, "Hey, listen, because was the baby born? The baby was just born." So I asked him. I said, "You know, are you busy? When's the next time you're going to be available?" And he said that he's like, "I'm not busy today. If you want to come by, I'm getting off early, blah, blah, blah." So I was like, as soon as I get off work, I'm going to do this, that, and the third. I'm going to come by. I go to Demetrius' house. It's like 6 o'clock, something like that. I talk to him. I have a whole bottle of liquor to myself, and I'm just spilling my guts. And he's just like, well, damn, I didn't even know all of this was happening.
So Demetrius was more so your confidant in, hey, I'm going through this situation with this person. Now, mind you, this person I'm living with, even though this
person living with me.
You're right. Let me straighten that. And I apologize. The person living with you, though, and y'all, if you've never been married, you can absolutely not be married and still married. I don't care what anybody says. You can absolutely not be married and still married. You do not know the inner workings of someone's relationship. Obviously, this is one half of the story coming from Shanae. She said this was the case. We are not calling into question whether or not they're married, not married. If she says they weren't together, then obviously that's where we're going to go with. Also, we get to this point where he understood that y'all, like, it wasn't like only I knew we was divorced and we not together no more. Like, he was aware of the situation, right, Shanae?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, cool. So basically, you being at Demetrius's house as a confidant shouldn't have been an issue at all. And then that's a question.
Well, first of all, I don't understand why it would be an issue or why it wouldn't be. Like, I'm an adult. Like,
valid. You can just understand. You don't have to go no further than that. You're an adult.
No, but at the end of the day, like, let's be real. I don't have to sit here, like, marriage, relationship, partnership. Nobody should have to sit here and say, "Hey, listen, I'm about to go so and so with so and so. Is that okay with you?" Like,
not when you paying all the bills.
Like, that doesn't sound like a relationship. That sounds more like a prison.
Right. See, Sailor says it's bad. Look, your marriage can be over even if it's not legally over. And
it wasn't legally over until last month.
Right.
Especially because of COVID.
But you already said it was done back then. Now, when you and now this is where things take a turn a little bit, because you go to divulge everything that's been weighing on you to your friend, and things escalated pretty quickly. What happened?
So after I sat there and spilled my guts, I laid on the couch and I went to sleep. And I remember saying to him, I said, I feel dizzy, like not dizzy enough where I'm gonna throw up, but not dizzy enough where I need to be driving. So I'm gonna just lay here. And I go to sleep. Now, actually, let me rewind for a second.
Okay.
By that time, it's like 8:30ish, close to 9. And out of nowhere, this ex that is not talking to me suddenly has something to say to me. And he's like, hey, we haven't talked in a while. I'm just checking on you. I'm like, yes, we haven't talked in a while. Like, why are you talking to me suddenly? And I was like, yeah, I don't feel good. So I'll talk to you another time or whatever. And he's like, he said something and it was about to spark an argument. And I was like, I'm not doing this. Like, I'll talk to you tomorrow. So he's like, really, Shanae, this is what we're going to do. And I put the phone on silent and I go to sleep. 4 o'clock in the morning, there's a bang at the door. Demetrius comes from out of his room. He gets to the door. He comes to me. He says, Alphany is outside. So
Wait a
I
minute.
didn't
Wait a minute. So your ex found you at Demetrius's home? Then when you say bang on the door, you're talking about Demetrius's home while you were asleep on the couch. Woo. Okay. All right. That is a pickle.
Now, how does somebody find you if they ain't got an address?
Actually, that's a really valid point. So what you're saying is your ex, who did not have Demetrius's home address, somehow tracked you down at his home address. God bless y'all. So how did the situation, basically, how did it resolve itself?
So Demetrius is like, listen, you guys need to talk. I'm going to let him come in the house. You guys talk about it and I'm going to get ready for work. And I was like, no, because if he comes in here, because like I said, he's gotten in my face before and I've had to mush him out of my face or whatever the case may be. So I'm like, I know my friend. If he comes in here all buck wild, getting in my face, it's going to be a fight. So I was like, nope, it's fine. I'm going to go outside. So now there's about this much distance from the door that he knocked on and the end of the driveway. So he's already sitting at my car, waiting for me to come outside. I come outside. Before I can even make it down the driveway, he rushes me and he's in my face and he's like, what the fuck are you doing here? Why are you over here? You fucking him. Mind you, he's in my face. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm hungover. It's raining outside. It's like a badass fucking romance movie, and I can smell liquor and cigarettes or whatever on him. Mind you, my ex doesn't even drink because he's a lightweight. So I see that I'm like, you know how somebody's drunk and you like are looking past them, like, because they're not there. Like, that's what I was dealing with. So I said, I'm not going to do this. I'm gone. So I'm trying to get in my car. He's pushing me out the way. He's sitting on my car door. You ain't going nowhere. You going to talk to me, blah, blah, blah. So I get in. I walk away from the car. I walk away. I was like, this is fucking stupid. I can't even get in my car. I get on my phone. I get to the Uber or whatever. And I'm trying to use Uber. I'm trying to download the shit. I ain't even got Uber or Lyft on my phone. I'm trying to download it to get the fuck home.
Trying to get it real quick. Like, God,
hurry the fuck up. Come on now. I got Wi-Fi outside.
Got it.
So I'm trying to download that. And he runs to me again and he like snatches my arm. And I get loud and I'm like, yo, if you don't get the fuck out of my face, it's going to be a problem. So at that point, he backs up, finally lets me get in the car. I get in my car. He tries to run to the other side of the door to hurry up and get in the door. That don't work or whatever. So as soon as I get in the car, I pull off. He runs to his car. Now, mind you, like I said, it's raining. He runs to his car. He's after me. He's tailgating me, literally, like to the point where if I slow down for any reason, just a tad, he's going to be in my bumper. He's tailgating me and shit like that.
Now,
I get
Shanae, just
home.
I want you to pause for a second, real quick. This is not conjecture. I just want to reiterate this. This is not conjecture or just her perception of the events. This is the actual court case. This screenshot is from the actual court case, and I just want to read this part in the C addendum of the particular paragraph where it says there are reasonable. This is not.
And the white parts are blocked out because that's my first name, and y'all niggas don't need to
yeah,
know
y'all
that.
don't need to know that much. You don't need to know the government. But I want to just. This is people who aren't y'all, who aren't sitting behind social media. This is law enforcement. This is a legal team who's already done the legwork to verify the fact that there is reasonable grounds to believe that the respondent committed the following acts of abuse: place persons eligible for relief in fear of imminent serious bodily harm, stalking. Respondent called petitioner 57 times after being told not to. Respondent then kicked petitioner's door, pushed her, and aggressively tailgated her as she attempted to flee. Whew. Okay. I'm going to keep cycling this back into this discussion. Protect Black women. Right? Right? So for people who may feel away, for people who might not like her telling this story, for people who might not understand why and just joining us, stalking, pushed her, aggressively kicked the door, and tailgated her. If you don't know what tailgating is, that means he was following so closely behind her that in the rain, both of them could have lost their lives because of the actions of what they were doing in moving vehicles. That's fucking terrifying. Terrifying. So if you can't understand this, then you might as well just go ahead on tune out.
And let me add that also, this order came from the police report that was made. And that order, it says the state of Maryland versus Alphany Bullock. Shanae never went to go ahead and file a restraining order, even though my friends told me to, because in a situation like this, we never thought almost 2 years later we'd be talking about it. But in a situation like this, they said, we need you to have a paper trail because you feel like it's not that serious, but you never know. You know, I've been to the hospital because I didn't think it was that serious. So please understand that the state of Maryland,
that's what it says,
put this up here. Number one. Number two, they said when I first came out with all of this, people was like, oh, anybody can get a restraining order. Yes, anybody can get a restraining order. But if it's going to stick is the thing. Because you can get a restraining order and that shit can be gone within a month. But this restraining order in particular was from December 2019 to December 2020.
Now, is there still a restraining order on him?
No, because the thing is, if I wanted to get it, if I wanted to go back to court and extend it for like another 5 years, I could. But because COVID has literally placed things back so far, like I'm still waiting on calls from the attorney that represented me. I don't even think she's working anymore. Like when I call, it just, rings and rings. So I think somebody else has picked up the case because it's a lot. I had abuse counselors calling me and all kind of shit. Like it's been a lot. But either way, so after that night, we get back to the house and I say, I get back to the house and I lay down. Cause again, I don't care. Like it's just, right. I'm still hungover. I'm ready to lay down. It's still 4:00 in the morning. I got to work at 8, So I go to lay down and he's just like sitting there looking at me mad. And I'm like, he's like, I just want you to explain why you were there. And I was like, I want to know how you knew I was there. And he's like, I don't want to talk about that. And I was like, it's nothing to talk about then. So then he's like, well, I'm leaving and I'm going to my grandmother's house. And I was like, all right, cool. So again, I go to sleep I get up for work. And as I get up for work, I get a message from Demetrius is showing me the screenshots between him and Alphany talking. And he messaged Demetrius at like 3:00 in the morning, because apparently he was sitting outside of Demetrius's house for an hour before he knocked on the door.
Whew.
So in that hour, he messaged Demetrius, have you seen, my wife or whatever? So when Demetrius finally answered him, he said, hey, listen, Shanae came over here to talk about what was going on in your relationship. Everything she just said clearly is valid because of how you just acted. And he's like, yeah, I'm sorry for, disrespecting your house, blah, blah, blah. So then he's like, Demetrius was like, well, let me ask you something. How did you find her? I don't want to talk about that right now, blah, blah, blah. Okay, fucking fine. So again, I go to work. And Alphany is now online. He's like posting pictures of me and him all together and all this other stuff. Is that the messages?
Yeah, I look,
Yeah.
It's a lot to sort through. So
I'm sorry.
No, please. You ain't got to apologize for nothing through this entire thing. Look, it's my fault, y'all. I'm a little slow on sorting through some of these, but bear with me because as she's talking, I'm going to be bringing, it's just not her talking. This actually happened. Please continue, Shanae. Sorry for the interruption.
So, no, you're fine. So I go to work and, he's trying to act like all is well and all this other shit. So he asks me, is it okay if he could come to the house and get his stuff? Because I was like, yeah, after this, you got to go. Like, you have to go. So he leaves the house and I go to work. He comes back to my house and he gets his stuff. He says he is going to he's gonna get his like underwear and stuff like that. He came and got everything basically. You know how females, when they kick somebody out, they throw away all the like expensive shit. Like he got all of his clothes. He got like his camera, his cosplay stuff, and all this other shit, to make sure I ain't break it or whatever. So he sends me a message like, I got all of my stuff. I gave him, because we were supposed to get married. Like I said, even though we were already married, we never had a ceremony. We were supposed to get married. I gave him half of the money for the wedding to do whatever you want with it.
Wow.
I'm good.
Okay.
I just don't even want this anymore.
That was a very nice gesture.
That was.
Shit, I want half of my wedding money back.
So what ends up happening is after that, this is like 11:00 in the morning. By like 9:00 that night, he's like, hey, my grandma and my aunt said I can't stay with them. Can I come back there? And I was like, no, you can't. So he's like, okay, something or whatever. Go to sleep. I wake up in the morning to Demetrius saying that you need to check all of your Facebooks and all this other stuff because he's acting as if he got something on you. So I'm like, okay. So the way that my phone was, you didn't have a thing. There's no like face thingy, whatever. There's a certain button that you would press on the Google Pixel and it will open it up. So I'm like, I only got one phone. I know he haven't gotten to my phone or whatever. And I have nothing really to hide. So, I don't know what he's talking about. Now, I had a tablet. This tablet is so old. I draw sometimes, so I use it to just stay on to like while I'm looking at something that I'm drawing. Mm-hmm. And the tablet, you know how you got that kitchen drawer that you just got everything in it? That tablet was in that drawer.
Yeah, we got my aunt's ashes in mine.
Old ketchup packets.
Yeah, exactly.
Packs,
duck sauce. Yeah. Shit like that.
So
I got you now.
In there is the tablet. Mm-hmm. And this tablet, like I said, is like 8 years old. You got to wait an hour and a half before it even pops on, so the tablet is gone. I asked him, do you have my tablet? He doesn't answer me. I look at, because Android has a thing where you can look at the, missing activity. It went from Baltimore at like 8 something at night to College Park to Virginia where he works. And it's literally telling me his job address. So I'm like, I'm making it go off in the car or wherever he's having it, you know, and I'm like,
Right.
I know that you have it. Give me back my stuff. He's not answering. File the
Oh.
police report.
Okay.
So file the police report. Police come. I tell them what happened. That's when they said, okay, well, this is the domestic violence incident as well. Do you have any scars? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no. This was a Wednesday. By that Monday, I got that letter that you showed in the mail of the state of Maryland versus Alphany Pullout.
Oh, okay.
Well,
So
damn,
the state came in and did their own thing.
they did it with the quickness. Like apparently the state of Maryland does not bullshit around with domestic violence at all.
Good.
So yeah. So like I said, this is still October. That Monday in October, it was late October, right before Halloween. The court case was December 5th, 2019. So up until this court case, he's just like throwing shots, you know, all kinds of shit about me. And, you know, and he returned my tablet. He returned it just out of the blue one day. He returned my house keys, my tablet, my spare car key. And he's like, you know, I don't want any trouble with you. I don't want any trouble with the law. I just want to give you back your stuff. Hopefully we can be cordial. I miss you and the guinea pigs, da, 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 yada, yada, yada. But on the flip side, he is trashing my name.
Like behind the scenes.
Yeah, behind the scenes. So like at that point, there was like, oh, he was messaging my friends. He was messaging my two homegirls. He was messaging my photographer like, hey, I just want you guys to know you're not going to see me again. And, you know, thanks for supporting me and all this other stuff. And they're like, nigga, you ain't never even talked to me your whole relationship. Like, why are you talking to me now? But either way, yeah, he's like, you know, I'm not going to cosplay anymore. Literally 2 weeks later, he was at a convention, and like another 2 weeks later, he was at a convention. But okay, whatever. He's throwing shots at me, and word is getting back to me. So how Dominic comes into play is that him, Dominic, and some other people went to New York Comic Con together, and they shared a room. Apparently, from what I was told, he got drunk. He's talking shit about me, talking about Demetrius fucked my wife and this, that, and the third, and all this other yada, 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 yada. So it's coming back to me. Everything that's being said is coming back to me. And literally, several times I went to him like, yo, I'm not saying shit about you. I don't know why you still want to talk about me, but like, can you chill? Like, just chill. You know, and he's like, oh, Shanae, I'm not doing that. I'm trying to get my life together and be a good dad. Da, 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 da. And I'm just like, okay, sir. All right. All right.
Sorry,
So,
I don't mean to laugh, but go ahead, continue.
Like, don't play me like I'm fucking stupid. Like, but okay. You know, so Dominic is the one that's reporting all this. He's like, yeah, you know, Skate was here talking shit about you. And he got drunk and he just disappeared. We was worried about him.
So wait, Dominic is saying this to you?
Yes.
So his friend that he stayed with at the con that he was
I don't know if they were like friends per se, but it was like him and like 5 other cosplayers shared a room together, and Dominic happened to be one.
That's a lot of motherfuckers in the room. But either way, that's a whole nother conversation. So basically Dominic was vented to, then came to you with the information of what was being said about you.
Yeah.
And basically said, this is what he's accusing you of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, take a water break, because goddamn, we just getting into this is the tip of the iceberg. We ain't even getting to the shit yet. But
right.
now we get another character. Now we go from Skates, what happened, what transpired, how this revenge porn issue is bubbling, and now enters Dominic Buckner. I'm saying his last name right? I think so. Yeah. I'm gonna try to be very unbiased in this. I have my own personal feelings about some of these characters in this tale, but Dominic Buckner is now a part of this story because of your ex divulging this personal information. Continue.
So, oh, wait, no. Yeah, no. Okay, so yeah. So he's telling me about all of this, and he's just like, I don't even know why he mentioned it to me. blah, yada, yada, yada. It just doesn't make sense. But okay, life goes on.
Right.
So, like I said, the court case is December 5th. Like, the state attorney that was representing me contacted me like 2 or 3 weeks before the case. I've been trying to contact them this whole time because I don't do court. I don't know shit about court. So I'm trying to, hey, like, what's happening with this mean? Because this is not my case. I am a witness. So I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? I need to know what's happening.
Right.
So basically, it's like late November. She contacts me about the case. She says, so what's going to happen is because he stole your tablet, it's labeled as theft. And she asked me, like, how much was it, the tablet or whatever like that. And I said, because it's old as shit. I was like, it's at least under $200. Like, I had to Google this shit. It was at least $200 or whatever, maybe $150. So she says, she's like, okay, so that is a crime and that is 3 months in jail. Or if you feel as though, you'll be safer off with the restraining order, we can go that route. So if you want the restraining order, we can do that. Call it cuts, simple. You go on with your life. If not, we'll go to trial, and then we'll go to trial. He'll do 3 months, whatever happens after that. So
he was he was in real legal trouble. Like this. So basically, this ain't just saying, some fleeting thing. There were lawyers and before the revenge porn even happened, there was litigation already in process. That's a lot to endure. That is a lot. No. And I love the fact that you can smile about it now, because I know there was a time where through this, you weren't processing that.
Yeah, no. Like, cause I'm just like, in my heart of hearts, I'm like, this is somebody that I loved at one point, and this person got 3 kids that I literally helped to take care of, and like, I was the one helping them with birthday parties and school supplies and shit like that. I was the one that we all, I'm sleeping in my bed, they climbing up on me, getting in my bed, watching TV. Like, these are little people that's where the depression really formed for me, because it's like, we're literally taking them out of one terrible environment to another because me and you are not good together. And it's just like, kids see that. Kids are like little drunks. You know what I mean? You can only hide but so much from them. So it's like, now we're here and they're talking about 3 months in jail. I just helped you get off your feet. I helped you with budgeting. That car you're driving, I put the down payment on it. You're trying to get promoted or whatever. If I let you go to jail, you're not going to see your kids for 3 months. Who knows where the fuck they're going to be?
Right.
You're going to lose your job. You're going to lose that car. You're going to have nothing. So when we got to the court.
No, real quick, because I wanted to ask you about that. You talked about your depression, and just so that people understand why this is a triumphant tale, you went through physical changes during that depression. Can you talk about that briefly, and then we can get back on, because I can see everybody say
that was what started it, and I think that I just masked it 2020, and people really didn't see me, so they wouldn't have known. But like I said, with the depression, I was drinking more than I was eating, and with anxiety, apparently when you have anxiety, like, it stops you from eating. Like, it makes you feel full. Like my brother said it wisely. Like, if you say, for instance, you are ready for a Super Bowl and you're excited about the Super Bowl, like, nobody's really eating the snacks that's around it because you're so amped up about what's going on. Like, that was me. That was just me, just constantly in motion. You know what I mean? Like,
so right here, you started to lose a serious amount of weight, a dangerous amount of weight. Now, mind you, in comparison, you're much healthier now. And I love the fact that you came out of that, but it definitely took a physical toll. And yes, Kurt, if you want to know more about that part of Shanae's story, please go and follow her on Instagram, Black Unicorn Cosplay, because she's very candid about that particular journey as well, suffering through anxiety, PTSD, and just going from somebody who body took the toll of this stress and anxiety, and the fact that we're talking to you now. See, as people are pointing fingers, I want to reiterate the fact that this is the toll that abuse on Black women take. This is why we have to have these conversations in these spaces, because she was suffering in silence. No one knew, right? Not a soul.
Well, some people knew, but again, it was fun. It was tea. It was gossip. Like, I want you to understand, I am not Love and Hip Hop. You feel me? Like, I am not the hot topic. I am not Wendy Williams. You don't need to report on my life. Like, because the thing is, if the roles were reversed and people was like, oh, look what Curtis did, like, you would be like, I don't need you to know my business. But yet Curtis was just like, oh yeah, you know, this shit is fun. Like, no, like, you can't do that. You can't be halfway in and halfway out. You feel me?
And see, and that's where a lot of the bullying started taking place, because after this situation, see, that's why I said there's the main arc and then these little side stories, because at this point, this is where the community kind of comes in before we get to the revenge porn, because now it became, at that time when you were going through it with your ex, it became a matter of who was with Shanae and who was with Alfie and who was against Demetrius or who was for Demetrius. And it became this triple four-way argument between a lot of people. But in that arguing, there was bullying going on. And there was bullying going on by people who looked like you.
Oh yeah.
So to me, how did that take its effect? Did that sour the way you looked at the community?
Oh yeah. So okay. So after this case, you know, I say, first of all, he, like I said, maybe a week, I didn't say anything to him. A week before, he messages me saying, can we talk about the case? And I'm like, what about it? And he's like, you know, I found out I could go to jail. Like, can you just tell the judge that it was a misunderstanding? Which we all know is a lie. Like, if you lied to the judge, that is a serious ass fine. And that is jail time for the person that is lying. So I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not about to do that. You feel me? So either way, get to the court case. My attorney comes up to me. She's like, what do you want to do? And I'm thinking, I guess he learned his lesson. He can just go ahead with the restraining order and call it a day. So, like I said, this is December 5th. It's over. Life goes on, you know, and then I'm hearing about him talking shit about me to Demetrius's baby mother. Why do I know that? Because she's mentioning me by my first name. Again, people don't know my first name like that. You gotta like know me. And like, even if you say it, it's like, do you wanna get cut? Like, I don't go by that. I only go by that if I'm in a hospital, government calling me or whatever. You feel me? So it's like, why does this person that I don't even know, why is she mentioning me by a first name and I don't even know her? Now, I was like, okay, this ain't gonna stop, clearly. So January comes, we all go to MagFest, he's not there, cool, fine, whatever. January 29th, 2020.
Ooh, all right, so we up to 2020.
Yes, finally.
Right before COVID got into the you know, things shut down. Yeah,
because COVID things didn't shut down till March.
March, right. So we got about 3 months till COVID hits.
Yeah. January 29th. He okay, wait, let me go back once. Maybe, so this happened maybe like a Tuesday, because I remember being at work and my friend telling me this nigga was going off on Instagram. So maybe that Sunday, because do you have the screenshots with Alfani like talking to Demetrius's baby mother, whatever? You got those?
I'm about to say.
I'm gonna go ahead. So
no, because I was trying to organize it on the low.
Yeah. He's been in contact with Demetrius's baby mother for who knows how long. I'm gonna say from December up until January or whatever. They're hanging with each other, talking shit about me.
So wait, your ex and Demetrius' baby mom, who he wasn't with, were friends?
Yeah, I don't know when that happened because he didn't even know her when we were together because I didn't meet her when we were together.
Whew, okay, so all right. So your ex, who has already been litigated as a stalker, is now befriending the mother of Demetrius's child, whom he blames for the end of your relationship that was already over. And they connect. And I'm assuming that Demetrius's relationship with his baby mother is less than favorable.
Are you asking me that or telling me?
No. I'm putting my own conjecture into that.
Oh.
We ain't got to get into another man's business, but is less than favorable. And then they trauma bond in a way, or
I don't know what their relationship is. I'm not going to sit here and say I know, but like I said, it was enough to somehow come together to talk shit about me.
Okay, all right. They form like Voltron. That's at the end of the day, they become cool.
I call it the League of Villains. It's the League of Villains.
Gotcha. If y'all don't know, me and Shanae are the comedians on HNIC. Please, we trying to be serious, but it's hard for us to both be on camera.
But I'm being so serious because it's not just like one person. It's like a whole league that is just like every time he does something, it's like,
like curses.
Like, come on,
that
guys.
black man's doing positive shit in the community.
Nigga is still breathing. Like, come on. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Oh my God.
But either way, this is how the beginning of the league begins or whatever. So like I said, they're talking shit about me. Demetrius is petty. We all know this.
Yeah.
So he then goes to my ex's baby mother to say, I'm just here to fuck with your baby father. That's it.
Okay, wait a minute, Shanae. Wait, hold on, because I got to make sure that people are catching up. So your ex Skates befriends Demetrius's baby mother, also his ex. They become friends, form the League of Extraordinary Niggas, and then Demetrius sees this, says, hey, fuck all that. If that's what we doing, then let me get me my petty bag, and then tries to befriend your exes.
Well, no. He didn't try to befriend her. He just wanted to say something petty to her.
Oh, okay.
Just to get under his skin. And it worked.
Okay. All right. So to piss him off.
Yeah. And it worked.
Right. And the pure point of it was to piss him off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing, didn't want to be her friend, didn't want to have sex with her or anything. It was just literally to piss him off. And it worked.
And Demetrius is actually in the chat, y'all. So we ain't talking shit about somebody that ain't there. Demetrius, if you want to confirm, deny, or anything, I will put those comments up. But you seem like you got your hands full right now.
So either way, that happens. That was like a Saturday or Sunday. So I said that like Tuesday, Alphanid makes this story. The beginning of the story, do you have it where it says he came home early and walked in on me and Demetrius having sex?
Is it the beginning of story time?
I mean, the screenshot says story time.
Well, no. I'm saying, okay, story time. That's what you're talking about. That
I think that's what it says. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, well, I was waiting on when we put up story time. I just wanted to make sure I got the shit right. Hold on.
I don't know what the shit says because I wasn't paying attention to it. Because he blocked me to tell me he didn't want to see me because it would hurt to see my face and he was still healing, but he blocked me to talk shit about me.
Now this is where the shit really gets. This is where it starts to really get wild, y'all. So. All right, I'm going to try to give me 1 second, Shanae, as it's a lot of screenshots, y'all. I'm going.
Well, I wanted you to show the photo grid that I made where he says he walks in on me and him having sex, but then you see the video of him at Demetrius's door. So how can you walk in on me and him having sex when?
Oh, hold on.
You get what I'm saying?
All right. Bear with me. Because that's important. Because that's important to the story. Because that was a big thing that he used as a she cheated on me type of vibe, right?
Yeah.
All right. So
because it's like, how can you walk in the house and catch somebody doing something when I wasn't even home and you had to knock on somebody's door?
Now just keep on talking while I look for shit.
Well, yeah. So that's how it goes. He says that in his story. He walked in on us having sex because he came home early and he was gonna go and, you know, blow up the spot or whatever. And Demetrius was like, "Oh, don't say anything. I'm sorry." He had scrapped. He cropped that screenshot to make it look like he was just saying, "I'm sorry about whatever." Demetrius was apologizing because later down the road, Demetrius was like, you know, because people have fallen outs all the time. And, you know, your guy friends or your girlfriends, they have fallen outs and they go back. So he asked me, like, so are you gonna
Is this the
go?
photo grid, Shanae?
No. The one where it's like his story on one side and then the video of him outside of Demetrius's door.
Oh, basically where you're refuting what he's saying.
Right. So he damn it, Kurt. Oh, so Demetrius pretty much asked me, was I gonna go back to skate? And I was like, I would rather drink bleach with a straw. And we were making jokes about it. So that's what he was referencing. He's just like, you know, I felt like you were my friend and you were laughing at me. He's like, but you got to understand that Shanae was my friend first. So yeah, like I was comforting my friend. You feel me? Like it wasn't a personal attack on you. And that's where I really think that he kind of took matters into his own hands and really how this amped up this whole thing about Demetrius or whatever. Because again, it wasn't even that serious. Like, you know why we split up. It wasn't his fault. But either way.
So this is the conversation that he's having with Demetrius where he says consoling a friend with jokes and bullshit never looks good publicly or to a person who happens to be the subject. I'm sorry you saw that and felt the feelings you did. If you're going to kill my relationship over it, that's something that your ex had put up, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha. And this was basically your ex trying to now dismantle whatever Demetrius had going on.
Right.
And that was as retribution for how he felt Demetrius basically dismantled your relationship, but you're stating that it was a done bun without Demetrius anyway.
I have the messages where I don't want to put out his mental issues or whatever, but like I said, he says it in his message where it's like, I know my family and my baby mother and me and all this other stuff is the reason why we broke up. And he said it like, he's like, I know I fucked up. Like when I get home, you're not even happy to see me anymore. So like, let's not sit here and play. Like you woke up one day and I was like, you know what? Nah, nigga. Like we weren't even intimate for months. Like I can tell you the last time I was intimate with my ex was probably in June of that year, and we split in like that August. Why? Because it's really hard to be intimate with somebody that's breaking you down every day because they got a problem with little shit because they're insecure and they want to break. I argue with this man every other day. We argued and then he would apologize me up the wall for the shit that he was doing, and the shit got tiresome. Eventually, when you break somebody down, you can't do the shit anymore. So let's not sit here and blame other people for the shit that you did, because that's what it seems like is a problem in this community. People want to point fingers at everybody else, but it's not.
Right.
It's not everybody else. It's you.
But
why can't you take accountability for the shit you did?
But my problem is, and this goes for everybody. To Shanae's point, this was a whole Insta story that he told about Demetrius. That wasn't nobody's business, but him and Demetrius's and yours. Y'all do too much airing your personal grievances online, especially when you're seeking sympathy. And I get it. Maybe you don't have the community to come in.
But also, let me add.
Go ahead.
Because people were like, you know, I tried to believe him do this. When he aired me out, people were coming to me telling me that he was telling people that that we were polyamorous, which I am not. He was telling, I had people coming to me telling me the shit that he was doing. Like, there's a message that I sent you with him and another cosplayer, and he's asking her out for drinks, and she's like, does Black Unicorn know? And he's like, oh yeah, she knows. I didn't know shit, because Black Unicorn was at work every fucking day, coming home and going.
I'm sorry.
And again, I'm trying to save face and not fucking look stupid and believe this nigga, because after he asked that certain cosplayer out for drinks, she then went to people telling the story about how he's fucking around on me with her. And it got back to me. It was one of those type of things where he's cheating, but don't let it get back to Shanae, until it got back to a friend of mine who said, well, I know Shanae long and I'm not going to just listen to this and not tell her. So she told me, and I asked him, like, what did you say to this person? And he sent me the screenshots, and I'm like, how are you going to lie to somebody to say that Shanae knows about me asking you out for drinks? I didn't know shit. So again, I'm believing this shit. I'm just trying to look past it, you know, while I'm being fucking stupid, because this is the person I care about. And also his baby mother is messaging me talking about they were having unprotected sex and all this other stuff. Now I'm just thinking it's just a bit of baby mother, but clearly you're not, because he got right back with her once we broke up with each other.
So, okay, the baby mom messaging you, your ex messaging you, your ex messaging Demetrius, everybody mad at everybody. Everybody at this point is fucking new people. And I'm okay. Basically, everybody, the previous relationships have gone to shit, and everybody has now pressed on, but your ex felt away and continue to.
He made this story because if you look at the very end of his story, he says he tried to ruin my life by fucking my wife and going to my baby mother to talk about me. So this is really why he did all this. The baby mother thing was what topped it off. It was I can't handle that. Even though he's sitting there friends with his baby mother, he can't handle anybody talking to his baby mother.
I'm sorry, Anissa is always good for a fucking line.
But literally.
So
that's what happened.
He was worried about everything but getting a house. Sorry. I don't know this person, but I'm gonna get jokes. Fuck you. If you mad at me, you can DM me. You can talk to me one-on-one. And please don't post an Insta story as Ghost King Pokemon. Just come talk to me one-on-one.
But either way, so that was what ended the story. He says that this is all because he messaged my baby mother, blah, blah, blah. The story comes out. His best friend takes his story and is sharing it to every like cosplayer she knows, because people to this day are still telling me, oh, I didn't even know who you were. I only knew about Demetrius and Skate. And like, so she's sharing his story, and it got so big and so juicy that now everybody's talking about it. Oh, Instagram is brewing some hot tea today. And they made a whole cosplay gossip page to send to me, just trying to get a reaction out of me, because I'm not even answering, because I don't need to answer. I know what happened. My friends that are my friends know what happened. Why do I need to sit here and say, oh yeah, that's what happened? Like, no.
Now, question.
So I'm minding my business.
That cosplay gossip page, is that where certain cosplayers came in and said, oh, that was a good idea, and was supporting him in that page?
I don't know who the fuck made the page. All I know is, like I said, online people are so his best friend was sharing his story saying that I'm glad my best friend broke his silence and y'all favorite He-Man is trying to ruin his life. And then it got into a group on Facebook and was shared because they wanted which one is that? Oh yeah, so that one in particular is from my friend from middle school, because a cosplayer, huh?
Your friend from middle school?
My friend from middle school that's not even in a community.
Right. Because
Tranquil Ashes, she felt some type of way about Demetrius, and she's like, this is what I've been telling y'all for the last 3 years. So anybody that wants to know, she's sharing my ex's story. Nobody's asking Shanae shit. Nobody's asking Shanae, is she okay? Nobody's asking Shanae for the truth. Everybody's just sitting around sharing this story, gossip, putting their feet up, and it's fun. So I said, I'm not going to say anything because y'all got the story. Y'all got one side of the story. That's what it is. Word is bond. Y'all talking about she should feel ashamed of herself. People are really going to know how she is and all this other shit. So I had nothing to say. Like, it disturbed me. It bothered me. I remember crying and praying myself to sleep. And it got to a point where Chris, I think his name is Mr. Tetris on Instagram.
Yeah.
But yeah, Chris, my friend Harry, and all of them, they got to a point where they got so tired of defending me. They was like, Shanae, we can only do but so much. Like, you're gonna have to say something, and when you say something, we're gonna back you even more, because everybody's like, oh, you know, she don't have nothing to say, and you know, her side nigga, talking about Demetrius, her side nigga is doing too much. He was messaging his baby mother, but nobody said what Alphany did. Nobody said that Alphany was friends with his baby mother first. You feel me? So,
and is an actual abuser.
right, and is like on tape, 4K.
Yeah, like I just want
jumping in my face, restraining orders and everything. Nobody gives a fuck about that.
Now that's the part that I that really kind of shocked me about the community. Everybody kind of went to Demetrius and was like, at this time, in this situation, in this space, raw on you and Demetrius, but at the whole time, there was not that same energy towards the actual abusing stalker. And that's where I get a little bit confused as to
well, when I did finally say something and they saw it, because as you see, Chris was like, y'all need to fucking apologize. Nobody apologized. They either took down their posts or whatever, but nobody fucking apologized to me. Like, he made some people apologize, and I told him, I was like, you don't need to make anybody apologize to me, because it's not genuine.
And see, and this is the part that kind of kills me. Like, the wife in question already made a post pretty much saying she has no intention of responding. That people need to mind their business. Like, most of this could have been resolved at this point before we get to the fucking revenge porn. It could have all just been simple enough to either mind your business or believe black women.
Well, like I said, nobody asks about and that's the thing. Like, some of these people in these comments, because I couldn't see them, the group that they posted it in, I was blocked from. So I couldn't see any of this. These screenshots that you have were sent to me. I didn't know anything that was happening.
So this is not you collecting this stuff. This is people who are like, hey, you need to be aware.
Yeah. Because I couldn't say shit if I wanted to. Like, I couldn't get in the group, like, because Chris was like, either y'all gonna let her get in this group and air it out, or y'all gonna wait to see what the fuck she has to say. Because like I said, Chris knew. Like, I met Chris like right after that relationship was over, and you know, he was just a nice person, and we would talk all the time, and I would vent to him about that kind of stuff, like how I was like indecisive and I had anxiety about the case and my depression and stuff, and he just was like a cool person. So then when it came to the light and he saw who my ex was and what's happening, he's like, oh shit, no, this ain't how any of this went down. I can promise you that. You feel me? So like, he was one of the main people in the comments, like, nah, fuck that, fuck you. Let her in here. You feel me? So either way, like I said, people are saying shit about me. And like I said, people don't even know the story. So I go to my story. I released a video. I released a police report and stuff like that. And like I said, that's when people started racing shit, or I would approach people. And when I would be like, yo, I saw what you said. And they're like, oh, I just want you to know I don't have a problem with you. I just don't like Demetrius. And it's just like, okay, but this ain't about Demetrius.
Right.
This is my shit. Like, how you gonna tell me my shit ain't about my shit? Like,
right.
I don't understand that. So again, I put this out to diffuse the situation, which is when you start to see people like, oh, I feel bad for her. You know, that was shitty, blah, blah, blah. So then he gets on live, my ex, and he's trying to still combat the shit that I'm talking about. He's trying to look for the police report that I have. He's trying to say that I had I gave him the tablet this whole time. But if I gave you the tablet, why did you have to ask me to tell the judge to lie and all this other shit? Like, either way, people are calling him on his live like, yo, you got to chill. Somebody might be recording this, which they were, because I got the 18-minute long Facebook Live that I sent to my attorney as well. Right. So it's still going, and people see, you know, how emotional he's being, how he's overreacting. They like, chill, don't put this online, talk to your friends. You got the right to talk to your friends or whatever. So either way, y'all see what he did. Y'all see the type of person he is, but y'all still protect him. And then y'all sit here and y'all have issues with people like Demetrius just because you don't like him. and you feel a way that people are still interacting with him. And then you're like, oh, well, you're toxic as well if you interact with him, but y'all are still best friends with my ex. Like, make that make sense to me.
Well, now, mind you, obviously, there's no easy way to even get into that. People have to reconcile that within themselves, why they would protect somebody who is an abuser, and especially to point a finger at another individual. We're about to get into Dominic Buckner,
right?
And how the revenge porn came about, took its toll, and really the shit just. Yes, we are an hour in, and we just now.
I said I was trying to feed through it. You want to?
No. If we gonna do, look, if we are at the end of this motherfucker, we are done. We are done, and y'all can be mad after the fact, but we gonna lay it bare real quick. We just gonna be right back for a quick break and sit down, shut the fuck up, and we'll be right back. Whew.
Still can't sleep. Still can't sleep.
You just got kicked in the gut. Punch in the face.
Customize your hero using color, element, and totem. Flip your action cards to determine the winner.
Yes! It's my turn now.
Collect, trade, battle, and win. A new fighting card game has arrived. Play BT Heroes.
Slice and dice, little chickie. You look soft.
Yo, what's up, fellas? This is Sid O'Connell. I'm here in Philadelphia. Tune in to Head Nerds in Charge Wednesdays from 8 to 10. Do not miss it.
All right. So,
I'm sorry.
No,
I got people messaging me. That's all.
Messaging you. You should see my fucking DMs right now. Woo! Listen, we will address everything when we are out of the hot seat, but we are now at the point of this conversation where Dominic Buckner is become a major player, and what happens next. Shanae, please lead us down the path of who this person is. Well, you already told us who he is, but how he played a role in how the distribution of revenge porn became an issue. Because so far, this sounds like some personal shit that, consenting adults should need to hash out. Why did it blow up to the point of revenge porn?
So randomly, I am randomly in like August. I remembered because I was leaving Fridays getting some food. I remember I had ordered steak and everything. It was raining. I was on my way home and I get this random message from Dominic. Now, he had as this is all going down, as people are persecuting me and all this other shit about me, he said, he's in the comments like, I don't like liars. Skate is a liar because I was there. He was talking shit about Shanae, and all this other shit. So he feels some type of way about Alphany. Apparently he blocked Alphany at the time. Cool, whatever. I don't know. Don't care. Not my friend. So in August, he asks me, he sends me a message and was like, random question. And I was like,
hold on. Now that I'm definitely bringing up because, hold on. I'm getting that screenshot ready. This is an important part of that conversation. Continue, Shanae.
Yeah. So he asks me like random question. I'm like, random answer. And I think he was like, do you find me attractive or something? Is that what that says? Yeah. Yes. Do you find me attractive? And I was like, in like what way type thing? Like, where is this going basically? Right. And, he was like, do you find me like attractive enough to have sex with? And I'm just like, okay, well, we just gonna jump out there, all right? Like, this is different because we ain't even like that. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, you ain't offer me a date, say, can we go to the movies and, go back to my place? Like, you just wasn't even trying to
Yeah.
hide that. He was just like, yeah, I'm trying to get the cheeks. And I was just like, anyway, I'm gonna be nice about it. And I was like, I'm gonna kindly decline. And I said, and he sends me a message like, okay, well, I just find you, to be a sweet person, and I think you're attractive, and blah, blah, blah. And I can guarantee you 3 guaranteed orgasms. And I'm just like, okay, weird. So listen, I be trying to be nice about, especially after all that's come out about me. I am doing my damnedest to not, I guess, rub people the wrong way where they want to do this type of thing to me. But here we are, so I remember going to, I showed my friend Gwen. I don't even know why I showed them, but I just thought it was funny. I was like, you got to see this bullshit here.
Right.
I showed them, and then I was in a group chat for my cosplay game night show with my 3 best friends, and I'm telling them about it, and I'm showing them the screenshots, and they was like, you were way too nice about that. I'm like, I don't think so, whatever.
I would show that shit too.
So, because it was just so weird. Like,
That's a random question. By the way, I want to fuck you.
Yeah, it was just out of left field. Like I could see if like you saw me at, like, I haven't even hung with this man at a con. Like, I've seen him at a con, like from far away, but like, you feel me? Like, we ain't even like that on that type of time for you to just be like, hey, but either way. So I'm telling my friends about it. And I'm telling, I told Demetrius as well. Because Demetrius knows Dominic's god sister. So he went to him like, yo, like, your god brother don't really know how to talk to women. And
to say the
like,
least.
huh?
To say the least.
Yeah, so basically what ends up happening is the next day I get a message from a cosplay friend of mine, again, minding my business, get a message that says, hey, I know me and you are kind of on the outs right now, but I told you I would have you back. And I just want you to know that this was sent to me. And it is a picture of me and Demetrius in a certain position or whatever. Now, let me clarify. As I said, me and this man have been intimate years ago. Number 1. Number 2, I'm not going to say I'm polyamorous or, I'm in that type of whole lifestyle. But if I'm invited to a party,
put it basically,
that's happening.
You're gonna bring the pretzels. I get it.
Yeah, so. But
if y'all grown, if you know.
No, first of all, let's not sit here and act like y'all not about to do stuff at BlurCon, because I already know. I seen the statuses. Y'all was like, where the parties at? And I ain't talking about the regular parties, where the parties at. I seen y'all statuses. Don't try to condemn me, because I seen. Don't boo me. I seen what you cheer for. Okay, don't do that.
Ooh, all right. Wait. Say that again. Don't boo me because I see what you cheer for. I like that.
Don't boo me. I know what y'all kinks are, all right? Don't kink shame me, okay? But either way, if anybody knows anything about that type of lifestyle, it is supposed to be very protected. It is very secretive. It is a very, because I know people, I have clients that are in the lifestyle that like are married, and they're like, well, my husband don't like anal sex, so I go do my thing there and I go back home. And like, it's fine, So either way, it's supposed to be a very private space. It's a safe space. Yeah. Right. So either way, there was video and pictures and all this other stuff from forever ago in this group chat of the swing life and all this other shit. Dominic's god sister is also in that swing life. We don't even know each other. Like, I've never seen her in passing. We've never bumped coochies, none of that. She's just, I was in the same space that she was at one point in time. You feel me? So what ended up happening was Dominic had her information, her password and Facebook login. she told me, because once all this came out, she was like, nah, he went too far. So she messaged me and told me that she gave him her login and everything information long time ago because
not maliciously. Basically, she gave him the keys to her to her social media shit like that.
Yeah, she gave it to him because apparently a girl that he liked or something had blocked him, and he wanted to see if he
another fucking stalker.
So she gave him her Facebook information so that he could see if he was for real blocked or whatever. But she didn't know that he had kept her information. So after this particular time, he had saw the messages between her and Demetrius where he's like, your God's brother needs to learn some manners or whatever. So somewhere from January to August when this happened, him and Alphany becomes friends again. They're cool and all this other shit. And that time he
this is him.
Yeah, that's him.
Yep.
In that time, Alphany is continuing on with this narrative. Oh, they're just trying to save their image, yada, yada, yada. So now he feels upset about it. He feels mad at me because you have those messages too. He feels mad at me because I lied to him. He feels mad at me because I made him block his friend. I didn't make anybody do shit. I am not Geppetto. You are not Pinocchio. I didn't make you do shit. He's mad because he blocked his friend. He's mad because he feels like I did cheat, and cheating is a trigger of his. And he wanted to punish me, he said, because I was telling unnecessary people his business. As in, I went to Demetrius and them to tell them how he just randomly asked me for sex. So apparently, I don't know how he was supposed to vindicate his friend, but whatever. He also says he wanted to be the catalyst to also get back at Demetrius for trying to put that man in jail. Again, the state of Maryland was trying to put that man in jail, not Demetrius, but right. He wanted to cancel him because Demetrius attacked his pride and all this other shit. So he had to be the catalyst to punish the both of us. So
this is where he starts talking in DMs. Basically,
this is him to me. Because this is when so this is what he does. He tells his god sister, this is the plan. I'm going to use this account that's over 10 years old. Nobody knows about it. It's only following like 6 people. I'm going to use this account and send out this screenshot to people. Now, do you have the screenshot where, because the person that alerted me about this, he asked him, he was the only person that asked him, he's like, why are you doing this? And he was like, because she lied to me about her ex and something else or whatever.
Got you. I'm pulling it up. But go ahead.
So he's the only person that asked him, but he sent that screenshot out to my best friend Aisha. He sent it out.
What you're talking about right here, Shanae?
No, it's from the it has like the screenshot at the top of it, and it's blurred out, and it's by like the Kid JoJo account or something like that. Okay. The private account that he made. But either way.
But this is where he was talking about how his pride was hurt.
Yeah. So he sends out that picture or whatever to all of my like closest friends and everything like that. And like I said, this friend in particular was asking why are you doing this? And why does this need to be a thing? And he's like, she needs to be punished and they da-da-da-da-da and all this other shit, So that's why that got out. Now, I wasn't going to say something public. Well, if you look at the screenshots, she says you're going too far. And if you say something now, you'll get me and Alphany in trouble. So, like I said, he's doing this. Now, if I'm going to sit here and say, I'm not saying that Alphany made him do this, but what people have to understand is what you put out has now had a ripple effect where other people now feel as though they can attack me for your benefit because he says, I'm doing this for my friend.
Yeah, because
in the end, go ahead.
No, I was about to say in this particular screenshot, you see that there was malicious intent because he says I still like to be the catalyst for things. So this was unprovocated as far as nobody made him do this. This was him wanting to punish Shanae. Now, this is the educational part of revenge porn. Folks, just sharing nudes of an individual without consent may not necessarily be quantified as revenge.
Well, no,
porn.
my judge client told me there's two different portions of it.
Right.
There's one where say if I get a picture of Tef and she doing a split or something, and I'm like, Kurt, look at this, and we're not doing it maliciously. We know her, and we're like, hey, look at this. Look, she is busted it open, and we laughing about it. But if Teffy finds out and she's mad at us for whatever reason, and she says, I didn't allow that, she can take us to court for that, even though it wasn't malicious intent. We didn't have the consent to do that. And then there's malicious intent where it is, you did something to me, so I'm doing this to you, to get back at you. So both of those types,
that's where he meets this criteria.
Jokingly,
This is where he meets that. I want to say this is where he meets that criteria by saying it was more than just pride. It was just indefensible actions in total, fucking a friend's fiance, lying on that man, getting the courts on him, all not true. Then talking about me to my god sister. That's just too much for me to not want to let go unpunished. That's scary as hell. This person with limited to no accurate information took it upon himself because of Shanae rejecting his sexual advances. He came across Shanae in an intimate moment, took that particular digital photo. I can't even say it's photo because it was like a thumbnail of a file. It wasn't like there was like y'all making it seem like there's a whole.
It was a thumbnail that was the people in that group chat were allowed to access it. But if you were not in that group chat, it is locked. Now, please understand that the people that had that video had the right to have that video.
Right. And that's why that's not an issue.
Yeah, there was never any like, oh my God, why is this? I got OnlyFans, people. If you gonna put my ass out, put my OnlyFans link in there so I can make some money.
I was about to say they said, oh my God, but it wasn't like, it was, oh my God.
Yeah, like don't like I'm adult. I know what the fuck I do. Like it's just like you fucking somebody and them getting pregnant. It's like, well, I wasn't trying to get you pregnant. Well, you didn't use protection. So I know what the fuck I put out there. But again, it's supposed to be a safe space where I shouldn't have to worry about somebody being in their feelings because I didn't give them any pussy. So now they got to be the catalyst to do some shit for their friend.
The motherfucker sounds like a supervillain, and this is why we got the the League of Extraordinary Niggas. I mean, this is the Kid JoJo account. This is the screenshot that you're referring to, Shanae.
Yes. So this is to that cosplayer that I was talking about that's friends with me. He's the only person that asked him, like, why are you doing this? Why does this need to be shared online? And he says it in the message.
So basically, we're telling you this part of the story to show you why it's quantified as revenge porn and why he's being prosecuted for revenge porn. It is absolutely applicable. If you out here thinking about doing some shit to your ex like this, think twice, because I want to bring this up real quick to kind of educate folks, because this isn't just about telling Shanae's story without context. 6 revenge porn facts. Number 1, revenge porn is sexually explicit media that is publicly shared online without the consent of the individual with intent to shame or embarrass.
Yep.
In this story, we already see that meets the criteria. Here's something interesting. Number 2, it carries a prison sentence. The government has created a brand new criminal offense to crack down on revenge porn. Judges can sentence offenders to a maximum of 2 years in prison. Trust me, that text message ain't worth it. Number 3, offenders are already being jailed. They're already applying this to the law. For those who need help, there is a government-funded helpline. The information is right here. You can go to the link below and call the hotline if you need any help. That's in the UK, but if you wake them up, I'm pretty sure they can help you with whatever it is that you need. I need to Google better pictures that's in America, but if it's just help with an accent. Shanae, don't laugh at me. Here's the part that I really want to impress upon. Number 5, the majority of calls are from women. 75% of the calls that are received from the helpline are from women. Yes, it does happen to men. Nobody's saying that it doesn't. But 75%, that's an issue. 1%, that's an issue. But 75%. And male callers are victims of bribery. There are some shitty people in this world. We know that. We're discussing one right now. I'm gonna own that. This Dominic person, in my opinion, is a shitty individual, because no matter how he may have felt about you personally, he had no fucking right to put any information of that nature out about you without your consent and the consent of another, because that's 2 people.
That's 2 counts now. Yeah.
Because these are people with lives. These are people that are in the public eye. These are people who have secular jobs that could have greatly impacted your jobs. Yeah. Well, I mean, not your particular, but I'm talking about people out there. There are morality clauses in some jobs where even if it's not of any fault of your own, if information comes out like this, you can lose your job. You can lose your standing in your community, because, hey, just because somebody's a good God-fearing woman, in there every Sunday, doesn't mean she doesn't like her ass clapped every other Wednesday. That's her business, though. Pastor wife wants to get her cheeks clapped. That's Pastor wife. That's between her and Pastor. Pastor, no, because he with the choir director in the back. Either way, all I'm saying is adults be fucking, and it's nobody's business to share information or content that isn't consented to be distributed first. Shanae, please continue. Dominic now has hatched his diabolical plan, and he has distributed throughout the community. But obviously the community didn't share that, did they?
Nobody talked about that at all. I said something about it, and I made I made a status about it, and I feel like the people that I'm kind of close to kind of called him out, like Chris called him out, my photographer called him out, and shit like that. But he still was going around saying he was innocent to this day. Like, when I put it out last Wednesday because the court case was supposed to be, I put out last Tuesday because the court case was supposed to be Wednesday, because it was not filed in the state of Virginia, that nobody told us until the last minute. We had to refile it or whatever, but it has been refiled. There has been an arrest warrant for his arrest or whatever. But like I said, he was going around this whole time lying, telling people he was totally innocent. Like, even when my homeboys approached him about it, like, yo, I see screenshots that says you did it. Like, and I want you to know when I see you, it's a problem. And he was just like, no, I understand how you feel, but I'm just worried about, I'm just trying to focus on my job. And he's like, nigga, I don't give a fuck about your job. Like, please understand, when I see you, it's going to be a problem. Like, this nigga has been going around, a lot of them has been going around as if all is well. Like I said,
he's been at BlurCon before,
he's
right?
supposed to be going to this BlurCon, if I'm not mistaken.
Who gonna be at BlurCon?
That's what I've been told, because people are like, if I see the nigga, it's gonna be a problem. I said, I don't know his plans, because ever since I said something, he's like made his page private or whatever. So I don't know his plans. All I know is he's supposed to be there.
So this predator, this pervert, this individual may have plans to attend not just BlurCon. I don't necessarily want to put BlurCon name in it, but he's still attending conventions. He's still out there.
He's still acting like all is well. People are still yucking it up with him. They still hanging out with him at the gym and all this other shit. Like, all is well, because he said he didn't do it. So that's enough.
But we know that there is an actual case pending with Dominic's name on it because there's there's also an arrest warrant.
Yeah.
For Dominic Buckner now in the state of Virginia. I'm just gonna if y'all no, that's Alfie. Sorry, hold on. There's so many goddamn court cases. It's hard to keep all this shit in one place.
That's what I'm saying. Niggas got to take off work and shit, miss money because niggas want to act fucking stupid. Come on, son. Like,
so okay, continue. So now he hatched this diabolical plot. He got the pictures of Spider-Man, and now we at this point. I'm sorry, that was.
I was like
the Jonah Jameson reference. Come on, we usually on point. That's all right. We good.
I'm sorry.
But now, okay, how does everything implode back on him? Because I know you said Demetrius like, yo, what the fuck? I'm gonna fuck you up. How does he react to this?
Like I said, he just was denying it. Like Chris called him out.
He said he didn't do it. Like I didn't do any of this.
He's been saying for the past since August. He's been the nigga after he did it because I was gonna let it go. Like, all right, my ass is out. Cool, my ass is out on my OnlyFans. I'm not pressed about it. I didn't care until he insulted my intelligence. What I mean by that is after he sent it to the people in the cosplay community, he then sent the same shit to himself and then messaged me and was like, Shanae, I got sent this real crazy message about you. And I was like, nigga, if you think I'm fucking stupid.
Oh no.
Like
he tried to play you for stupid.
Yeah, like he was like, I just got this crazy message with you and I'm just devastated. I was like, my nigga, who the fuck do you think I am? I'm showing him the text messages of him and his god sister. I'm like, ain't this your god sister? He like, I don't know that person. I didn't do this. This is crazy. So this whole time he's been denying it. Anytime, like, cause he like Chris made a status one day about just something random, and Dominic laughed at it. So Chris was like, "Oh, so since you here and you laughing at shit, since you like to be a revenge porn ass nigga," and he just gets on the status like, "I didn't do that." Like anytime somebody said and called him out for doing it, he just blocked them and denied it and kept going.
And you know what? And we're gonna let's Maryland. I'm gonna pull up Maryland case file, public records, and search Dominic Buckner, and we'll see. Because this way, this isn't conjecture. If the person is denying that he did anything, if the person is saying, "Hey,"
I thought I sent you a screenshot where it says misdemeanor distribution of sex image or something like that. I thought I sent you that.
I'm almost positive you did. But see, this is the hold on. Let me first. It's the attitude for me. It's the demeanor in which
all of them do that because like I said, ever since that he's been denying it. I got a message from a female cosplayer going through some struggles in the community, and she reached out to me and after I said after I outed him, he said that he didn't give a fuck about my opinion because I didn't do shit for him, but I also didn't do shit to him. So let's put that there.
Right. And the sad part is this is the mentality that he has because he tried to be slick and double back and basically play you for stupid by acting like, oh, somebody sent that to him. And this is him trying to play cleanup because in one conversation, and this is where it really gets deep. He says, I'm sorry, but I got to blow the spot up now. And then whomever he's talking to says, Lord, I don't want to be involved because then that involves me. And then I may ask Shanae, what's the point of sharing our private conversation with necessary people? Oh, yeah, we basically showed all that. But basically, he was behind the scenes already like preparing other people for what he was about to do.
Right.
And then tried to act like he didn't do anything at all.
Right.
Okay, continue, Shanae.
No, I was just saying, like, everybody involved, I don't know, like, if it's just people believe their own lies after a while, or it's just, I don't know if it's, like, delusion, or they go to their friends to try to, like, make a paper trail to be like, oh, well, Shanae called me out. I couldn't have done this because I just told Voodoo. I don't know what she's talking about. You know, it's just, like, at the end of the day, because like I was just about to say, the female in particular that came to me who's going through the same shit I was going through, she came to me and told me that Skate messaged her and was like, yeah, I understand what you're talking about, wanting to leave the community, because I just went through that where a certain someone tried to create a narrative about me and get me canceled. You did this.
Yeah.
You woke up one day and said, I'm going to blow up the spot and I'm going to talk about my ex and her best friend and all this other stuff. Like, and then like for his best friend to say, oh, I hope she finds peace and happiness and all this other shit because, you know, shit shouldn't be aired for the public. Like, you helped share his story. You did that. Like, do y'all not understand the shit that y'all do? You think
Right.
that I just woke up one day and said, you know what? I want to put all my failure up on Facebook, and you know, I didn't do that. Like, let's not fucking act stupid. I didn't do this shit. I didn't put this shit out here. But I'm gonna clean it up. Because if you're gonna tell my shit, tell it right, and don't sit here and say, "Oh, well, I don't know why Shanae bringing me up," or "I don't know," because people are like, "I don't know why she's blocked me," or "I don't know why she don't fuck with me," or "I don't know why she." I guess I'm just you know, guilty by association. Yes, you are. Because I saw you laughing and joking too. Because every chance y'all got to chance and giggle and shit, oh, the wife this, the wife that. Like, people shouldn't be able to message me and say like, yeah, every time some bullshit happens, they want to bring up the wife, and I'm like, who doing what? Who
Right.
who where? And then
Because
when I say
those
something
laugh
to you,
reacts,
yeah.
and those hearts, I mean, you see those things.
And then when I pull you up about it, you want to delete the status now. Like, no, it's out there. Let's keep that same energy. Y'all was laughing and joking at my expense. I want to laugh too. Let's all laugh together.
Right. If it's going to be a big joke, then at least let me be in on the joke.
Like, you're not about to just put me out there. Like, just because, you know, like, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. If you're going to tell the story, tell it right. Don't tell no half-ass shit. No, none of that. Like, because I'm real sick and tired of people keep trying to put this narrative out. Like, I promise you, I love the people that support me. I love my followers. I love my close friends and shit like that. I don't calculate my followers. I'm not trying to gain followers. I'm not paying for my followers. I'm doing what the fuck I want to do. I'm putting cosplays together that people half the time ain't even thinking about. You
Right.
feel me? And whoever is for me is going to gravitate to and for me. I'm not doing that. Like, I don't need clout and attention. I don't need, like, even with this, I wasn't even trying to get attention, but I'm really sick and tired of people throwing stones and hiding their hands or doing shit about people being mad about them being friends with me or friends with Demetrius or who Demetrius is friends with or who Kurt is doing with who with. Like, I'm sick and tired of, you would think like, oh, why is she still talking about this now? Because y'all are still talking about this shit now. Why are y'all so worried about it? Because for me, back in my day, when I didn't fucking like somebody, I would unfollow them and you don't exist to me. But y'all literally give life to the people that y'all don't like. Y'all screenshot that shit. Y'all Photoshop that shit. Y'all make memes and shit. Who has the fucking that's corny. That's fucking corny. Y'all got cease and desist letters. Y'all supposed to be making a public apologies to these people that y'all offended, but y'all ain't saying shit.
Right. And you lost friends behind this.
People that I talked out of suicide, people I gave money to, people that were in my fucking wedding. Just suddenly, because somebody said some shit, oh, that word is bond. That's what it is. And then people wonder why I say that I don't want any part of this community. Like, I'm good with my close friends. All I need is my close friends. Like, people were like, are you going to BlurCon? I was like, nah, what the fuck do I need to see people for that don't like me or don't want me in that space? What the fuck do I need to do that for? This is why. Every time I turn around, somebody wants to say some fuck shit about Shanae when Shanae isn't thinking about them. Or people want to be mad because they're friends with Demetrius and they got to tie it back to me and my fiance, my ex-husband, or some bullshit. Leave me the fuck alone. I'm not talking about y'all. Every time somebody had to report some shit to me about me, they had to report it to me. I wasn't even on Facebook. I literally had to stop working to see what the fuck was going on. Y'all got too much time on your hands.
So now where we're at with this is obviously this has taken a toll, but you're in a better place. And you're sharing your story and you're warning the community about not only
Minding
predators,
their business.
minding your business, but also there are predators and people in
And
the community.
repercussions for you not minding your business.
Mind your fucking business. I'm gonna go with
There's arrest warrants. That listen, it's so much court documentation for this stuff because people wouldn't mind their business for business that's not even about them.
So when's the new court date?
I think it's October something, October like 15th or something like that. Soon.
So hopefully this will be resolved after October. And then for those who said they didn't do something, did do something, we'll have definitive proof to the left or the right as to what the hell's going on. Where you are right now, what would you say to the women in this community to avoid this kind of situation either happening to them or what to do when it does happen to them?
You know, that is a very good question because with this, like growing up in the hood, you always have guys standing around and stuff like that. And I've always had a fear to myself, what's going to happen that day when I say no? Like, is somebody going to take it? Is something bad going to happen to me? Am I going to die? Like, these are things that happen to women that we see on Facebook, we see on the news or whatever. So that was always a fear of mine. And that fear became present even with me being totally nice to a person.
Right.
I didn't do anything to this person to deserve that, but they felt vindicated even though I said no. So I can't, as a woman, I can't tell you how to prevent it. I can't, but what I can say is if it happens to you, say something. Say something. Even with me saying something, like I said, it fell on deaf ears at first, but say something, speak, even if your voice shakes, because somebody is going to hear you. Once I publicly said something again, and I had the proof thereof and the legal documentation, because I wasn't going to say anything until the verdict was there. Because I was like, because remember when you put it out, people came to you and was like, don't believe her. So I was like,
Yeah.
I want to have proof to show these niggas that I'm not just out here spinning
tails. Yeah.
You feel me? But once that verdict had changed, I was like, no, BlurCon is coming up. This nigga is saying he ain't do nothing. I want to make sure that people are okay. And once I said something and I put up the screenshots or whatever, people shared it. People made people aware. People was like, listen, y'all got friends with this nigga. I got a whole bunch of mutuals. That's a problem. Because if you fuck with this person, I don't fuck with you because period. Like I had people coming to me saying they had been touched by other people in the community. I had people saying that, oh, Dominic in particular was flirting with me. And I just thought, maybe it was like some, like now it's creepy. And I understand what was like, ever since I've said something, other people have been able to say something, like I kept saying, I don't want to be the poster child for drama or a bad breakup or revenge porn or whatever like that. But if me saying something gives somebody else a voice to say, you know what, I can do that too. That's enough for me. Truly. I can't tell you how to prevent it from happening, but I can tell you, please say something. Because like I said, I'm the type of person that I just don't care enough to give it my energy to worry about it. But I had to stop being like that because people do cruddy shit and they need the repercussions of it so they don't do it again. And if I didn't, go along with being a witness and filing these charges, like he would still be out free to do whatever to somebody else. Right. And that's a problem. We don't want that to continue. And it happens too many times. And especially in this community, ever since I've been in this community, I have heard people talking about they go alone with a camera, a photographer or whatever, and the photographer touched them or the photographer asked them to take off their clothes or whatever. Like this shit happens too much and it nobody listens. So say something. Like, even if you're scared, say something to somebody and somebody is going to do the work for you and help you along through it. But please talk to somebody. Because like I said, the PTSD and the drama and the anxiety and all of that, like that was a lot for me. And I'm not even going to sit here and lie to you. Like, that was a lot. I remember having nightmares about the shit. I remember, checking my car to see if somebody was in my backseat. Like, it affects you. That's not okay.
Right. And I just want to say to you, if you were unsure about the importance of what you're doing here today, I just got a message from a very good friend of mine, who I'm not going to give her name, but she just recently endured a sexual assault. And she said, "Thank you for this episode. It was needed. You have made a difference in at least one person's day by sharing your story." And
I'm not going to cry because I'm a Cancer. I don't. I'm not going to show this online.
I'm on your
later.
ass.
We can cry together. I got tissues.
Listen, I'm on your ass. No, seriously, because I need you to understand. And it's not to make you emotional on camera, but it's to impress upon the fact that at the end of the day, if only you made a difference in that one person, fuck everything else, you did a good thing. And we now need to act. And that's what I'm imploring you to do. Now, am I telling you nobody's going to say head nurse in charge told y'all to go whoop nobody's ass. Nobody's saying that. We are saying so much I love. But what we are saying is, when someone says, "Hey, I'm going through this," or "I've been through this," believe them. Ask your necessary questions to them. Get it from the source if you need to. But for too long, we have turned a blind eye, openly accepted, and allowed predators into the community that won't even acknowledge they're wrong. Now, if an individual does something and goes through the necessary work to fix it, turn it around, rebuild his reputation or her reputation, and try to be better than they were before. See, this is what I mean. Nobody's telling you to cancel anybody. Nobody's saying that somebody has to be canceled.
Please understand, when I put out what I put out, I never said attack them. I never said report this, because people were doing what they wanted to do. People was reporting his page. People apparently it made him delete his page or whatever. I never said that. I did not launch an attack on this person, but people felt some type of way. People felt that it was disgusted, and people are going to react how they're going to react. But I never launched an attack on this person.
And I never want y'all saying that she did, because apparently y'all don't know how to relay information correctly. But we didn't video recorded it. This shit's live. And we know what we said. When you go to report back to your respective people or places, please don't say that we wished ill ramifications on any specific individual. But I tell you like this, predators will not have a safe place as long as I'm a part of this community. And
if anything went honestly and truly with me saying something, the only thing that I truly wanted was him to feel as uncomfortable as he made me.
Say that again for him. Say it one more time.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, that, like I said, you took something safe for me, and now I'm like looking at myself differently. Like, even with my OnlyFans, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, I don't post as much as I post on my OnlyFans anymore, and that's for a reason. Because it's like, even with BlurCon coming up, I thought about doing like like an OnlyFans type shoot by the pool, and I'm like, no, it's too many people out there. Like, what if somebody takes a picture of me and sends it somewhere else? Like, these are the things that you think about, because shit that people are doing. You get what I'm saying? Like this, like I have a friend who dealt with some issues with her relationship with the guy that she dated in the cosplay community. And you know how you share nudes with your partner at the time, and like you know, he's tearing her down and, you know, sending that shit around. And she's like, yo, like, I have a federal job. Like, I can't even do what you're doing because it's going to come back on me. So I just got to take the embarrassment. Like, shit like that is not okay with me. You feel me? Like I said, I work for myself. So at the end of the day, you can, first of all, let me tell you something. Ever since all of this has happened, I no longer plan to share my relationship. I know, even when with me and my girlfriend, like, y'all see my model page and me and her taking pictures and stuff. I only did that because if you contact her, she gonna cut you out. But at the end of the day, like, I don't share my mom. I don't share anybody like that close to me unless they gonna cut you out, because it's, why is my photographer getting naked pictures of me? Me and him have never done a nude photo shoot or anything like that. So it's like, you people sit and you watch the people that we're close to and you try to make them targets as well. And that's just not okay. You feel me? So it's like, I feel like I got to protect the people that's closest to me because they're collateral damage too. Like, nobody should be living in a world like that. But it's like, you kind of got to.
See, and that right there, that what you just said, the fact that people made a conscious effort to attack the people that you work with and you utilize as a part of this community, because I was contacted.
Yes.
And I can corroborate that 100%, that people said, hey, why would you pick her? And I was like, fucking hilarious. Why wouldn't I? And then when they began to say, well, did you know? Oh, well, you saying that to the wrong nigga. I'm telling you that right now. Because what you not going to do, at least you not, and this is not just because I have grown to love this human being on the other side of me immensely, but for any Black woman, what you're not going to do is tear her down. Because the first thing I'm going to say to you is, did you say it to her face?
No.
Did you say it to her face? No, don't tell me. Don't say it to me. Go say it to her. And then as she's whooping your ass, I'll pull her off you. But this is what needs to happen. Because what if I said, hey, Shanae, no, oh, what? That's what's going on. Blah, blah, blah. What if I would have ran with it? Now that could have tainted any other future opportunities, because
that's what happens.
Right. If I'm affiliated with other business owners, which I am, if I'm affiliated with other conventions, which I am, and I start repeating this negative report about an individual that is not true, she loses out on opportunities that she doesn't even know about. But this is how this dismantles people's lives. And you don't even see how far reaching the fingers go. But guess what?
I don't think that they care, because they don't feel as though these people deserve a space in their space anymore. I think they see it. They just don't give a shit.
The bully became the bullies.
Oh yeah. The bullies that the people that got bullied in high school have became the bullies because they have some source of power, whether it's they're some kind of attractive now or they got a high following or whatever. So now they got to report to the masses with word is bond, and that's what it's supposed to be. And if you are against what I said, then you are against me, and you need to be dismantled as well. And that's a problem.
Well, they can come for us, because I'm gonna tell you this right now. We built strong over here, and East Coast
and
niggas,
we fight.
I fucking love you. East Coast niggas fight. We really do fight. We are almost at the 2.5 hour mark. We're about to wrap this thing up. We did not intend for it to be 2.5 hours, but you motherfuckers stuck with us, so we gonna rock this thing till the wheels fall off. Shanae, thank you. I want to close things out with this photograph, because one, it's fierce as fuck. And tell me, what does this symbolize for you?
That picture, because like I said, from the start of everything that has transpired, I was a joke. Every chance they got to tell a joke or say something about me, it was always the wife. Like, I was not Shanae, I was not Black Unicorn, I was the wife this, and the wife is doing that, and this, that, and the third. You know, so at the end of the day, when I finally got that divorce, I was like, oh, like I am no longer that name that you referred to. I am no longer that joke or that running meme that you made. I am no longer the name that you have given me. I am Shanae. And being who I used to be, people didn't know who I was. People gave me a title, people gave me a personality. With being on Head Nerds in Charge, I have now let the people see who I really am. And this is who I really am, which is an overcomer. So that's what that means to me.
Give me a second. I ain't got no, because you're not gonna do this to me. You're like, no, because you're on your bullshit, and I'm a bit I'm a softie. Hold on, before I move this damn picture. Look, this was important. This was pertinent to the community because this is something that has affected the community apparently for multiple years, which is beyond me because you motherfuckers really don't mind your business. But okay, whatever. I implore you, don't look at this live feed, this video after the fact with animosity, but listen to what was said. Listen to the import of the actual gist of why it was done. Protecting Black women. Protecting this Black woman. If you believe in protecting Black women and then say she didn't deserve protection, you're a hypocrite. I'm sorry, you're a fucking hypocrite. You're a hypocrite to your creed. You're a hypocrite to your morality. And I never want to see somebody who downs her then tout protect Black women. And I'm watching y'all. I'm watching all you motherfuckers.
Yeah, like I said, this shouldn't even be a thing. Like I said, when a lot of this happened, it was, you get what you deserve. Like honestly and truly, like with these people that I have animosity towards, I would never wish this on my worst enemy. And the fact that other females were wishing and glad that shit like this happened to me, like you are a sick individual and your karma's gonna come to you. I ain't got shit. I'm not gonna. I don't have a heaven to hell to put you in, as the old people would say. You got to answer for that yourself. Just know that I see everything. Know that I know who to avoid. If you see me, you don't have to talk to me. Don't fake no shit with me. I don't need an apology now. Like I'm good where I am.
If you want to follow Black Unicorn, please go to Instagram. Is blk.unicorn_cosplay. Support her just as you supported her on this live.
And if you need me, my inbox is open. Truly, like no judgment. I'm not going to tell your business. I'm not going to be like, and next week we got another thing coming. Don't you touch so-and-so. Like I'm not going to put your business out. All I can tell you is what I did and how I'm overcoming, because like I said, it's a thing. It's literally, I did a live with Montel and I was on FaceTime with a female for 40 minutes after that live because she wanted to know how I was managing all of the stress that I was managing. You feel me? So like, it's a thing. If you need me, I'm here. If I'm available, I will talk to you. I will put my client under the dryer and walk out the room and just, so it's just me and you so that nobody hears this conversation. Like I'm here.
Shanae, you may cosplay superheroes, but I think you're one in real life. Deadass. So with that being said, no, you're so extra. That's why I fucking love you. Yeah. Look, y'all. Shanae's here. She's a part of the HNIC family, and we protect our family fiercely. We protect you fiercely. If you need somebody, many of the hosts are not only familiar with multiple forms of bullying, abuse, and the like, but we highlight these things on our shows constantly because it's important. Feel free to hit any of us up. Trust me, you will be met with open arms and love, and we can point you in a direction to hopefully get the necessary help that you may need, or just be that listening ear that won't screenshot it and send it to our friends. No, dead ass. You have to say it like that because
Yeah,
apparently that's a thing now. This is King Kurt live with another King's Court. King's Court happens when I fucking feel like it. So there's no schedule. There's no rhyme or reason. When shit pops up in the community, just know that your boy is going to be right there to kind of put a salve on things, or at least put a spotlight on things that you need to be aware of. You can always check both me and Shanae out every Wednesday, 8 to 10 p.m. ish on Head Nerds in Charge. Yeah, got to say the ish because we be late as fuck because we black. That's a whole nother conversation because until y'all pay me to be on time, I'm going to do what the fuck I want. But I just want y'all to, again, look at this definition of what revenge porn is. Revenge porn is sexually explicit media that is publicly shared online without the consent of the individual with intent to shame or embarrass. You know the definition. If you receive it, say something. If you receive it, say something. And don't send it. Period.
Please.
Thank you so much for sitting with us. Shanae, thank you again for your time. We love and appreciate all of you in the community as we look forward to another dope convention coming up this weekend. You will see HNIC live with Shanae on stage Saturday at 6:30 p.m. So if you want to give her a hug and show her some love, approach slowly because we fuck people up. Also, we need to know who you are because trust me, we're going to be deep down there. We ain't fucking around. I'm telling y'all. But also, definitely, we welcome everybody with open arms, and we look forward to enjoying all the festivities, minus the foolishness and the drama for once, because at the end of the day, everybody's adults. Let's act like it. Head Nerds in Charge, King Kurt Live, Black Unicorn, and we're out.
I love you. I love you. Oh.
How do you turn this off?